in copular construction. So you have future and imperfective being added. They can be represented on the copula. And if it's a simple epistemic without any tense or aspectual significance, then this is the one that's used. So in here, at the max, you can have 3 exponents. Here, you can have 2. Now, moving forward to tense, I'm not going to divulge the details of it, but generally, tense means you're locating a situation in time, is sort of anchoring that event. And so in Chitkuli, we have past, ordinal past, and future. Present is grammatically unmarked in the language. We'll look at examples, but first, a short introduction to these. So to mark past, you simply have an exponent O that attaches to the verb root. After that, just like the table that I showed you in the last slide, so you have a marker to signify a subject agreement. And if you have a copular construction, if it's a to copula, you have K attached to mark past. If it's a do copula, you have Gay. So, of course, this is in congruence with the voicing features we can see. With the you have ka, and with the you have ka. And you have the ordinal past. So past tense is anything earlier than the speech time or in reference to the conversation. But ordinal is just a few hours back. So I tried 12 hours back. It didn't seem appropriate to use gya, which is the exponent, only for maybe anything beyond 12 hours past was not okay for them to use gya with. So no agreement, subject agreement marker attaches. You just have gya. Then you have future tense. So this is there's a bit of phonological conditioning out here. So if the verb base ends in cha or sha, you have o attaching to mark future. After which you have the subject agreement mark attaching. Else, so you have this table. If the verb root doesn't end in cha or sha, first you have a value from here attaching. After which you have the subject agreement marker. I'm just bringing the same table out here from the last slide. So let's look at some examples of tense really. So Ramis am katyo. So here you have the past tense marker, you have O. Since the subject agreement marker is null, so you have nothing attaching here. Then Bannu Gya, as I already said, this is ordinal past. So this happened just a few hours back. They're returning from the wedding. So they have Bannu Gya here. This is a present tense. They don't have a marker out here. And finally, I will write a letter. So first, as I said, the from this table out here to mark future, and then the subject agreement marker ka. So this is just a general representation of the tense morphology in the language. Now let's look at aspects. So we have perfective, imperfective, progressive, and habitual in the language. So perfective, again, this is, so these markers are all phonologically conditioned, all the aspect markers. So if the verb root ends in cha or sha, you have is attaching. Else what happens is there is a reduplication of the final syllable of the verb root. This is pretty similar to what happens in standard Kinori as well. Just this conditioning is not the same. So hooches are, this is a question particle are, and is because there's a cha here. For ba, because it doesn't end in a cha or sha, you have the reduplication. Well, because this is a monosyllable, so ba is repeated again. Now let's look at imperfective. So again, if the verb root ends in cha or sha, you have id attaching like hachid out here, and else you have tsa like here in the sentence. Now habitual seems to have been conditioned based on whether the verb root ends in a vowel or a consonant. So if it ends in a vowel, then you have the attaching, and if it ends in a consonant, you have it attaching. So this is just an example here. So I rise at 6 in the morning every day. So sashit. So because it ends in a cha, you have it adding here. Again, I see a sneak daily. Sapayano diari poret. So because it ends in a vowel, so you have the attaching. So these are the two exponents that represent habitual. Finally, we have what is the progressive. So it's an ongoing situation. So generally, you have the exponent O that attaches, after which no agreement marker, as we saw in the template, attaches. There were two verbs like think and get. So out of the 45 verbs that I have, these were the only two verbs that took do. Rest others took O only. Pore is get, and sunche is think. So other than them, every other verb took O, like jongcho out here, to mark the progressive. Now, as far as mood is concerned, so whenever the speaker's judgment, or if there's some kind of an evidence about it, or if it requires the statement that is made requires action necessarily to be followed, it's a compulsion, it's a command, then you have mood. So we have imperative, epistemic, deontic, and dynamic mood in the language. So firstly, imperative. So whenever it's a sort of a command and it requires, if you're signaling permission or it requires some action, not necessarily, but that would be deontic. The imperative is more generally a command per se. So this is just the four instances or the feature combinations that I found. So for second person singular imperative, I have ra. Similarly, for the other combinations, I have le. In the 19th sentence, as you can see, ga bajtak nishke chitti che che tanrich. So because the two people being addressed are two children, it's second person dual. So you have reach being added out here. Next is the epistemic. So we talked about this copula in the beginning. Whenever, for example, the sentence is that, so the context to the sentence was that the person is asking that, he's asking the sister that, what do you think your brother will be doing at this point? And she sort of thinks and replies that he may be writing a letter. So for that, the use of me is quite relevant here. The speaker said, "Ane chitti che nitish." So here, because he would be, as in the reference, the sentence that is given would be future, and sure because this is the honorific subject agreement, and ni is here representing the epistemic significance, also the B copula in the language. So that's the one out here. Then deontic is so when you have to do something, when there's a sort of compulsion, you certainly will have to. You use the deontic here. So most of the speakers used saya, but two or three of them use say as well. So I just mentioned that up here. Chukshu Musea here, you should meet, go meet. That's the significance made out here. Finally, we have the dynamic mode. So when the speaker wants to suggest that he has the ability to do a certain task, I can do this. They use Hans out here. Like in this sentence, Lik says, check job. Shamu Hans do. So here they mention that I have the ability to write, or she, but this is a negative affirmative sentence, so she will not be able to write is signified here with the help of this particular verbal form. So this is just generally the system in the language, and yeah, so these are my references. Thank you.